Adam, I heard the Discovery Channel is casting. Are you interested?
Yes, I am.
Well, let's tell them a little bit about you.
Well, I was born and raised in Seattle. I went to college at Lake Washington Tech in applied scientific principles and heavy equipment diesel and repair.
And that's what you're doing for work now, right?
Yes, for the last 4 years, I've been working doing 20 and 53-foot trailers, working on their suspension, pneumatics, and brakes. And I also work on 4 and 3 axle trucks.
But that's not what you do for fun. What do you do for fun?
No, with all the access to all this equipment, there's obvious desire for misuse. And for the power tool races, I actually used a design comprised completely of big rig parts.
Nice.
I used the roller bearings off a 48-foot trailer for the wheels, and the lock rings that hold the bearings in place, I cut up and used into a nice little Mad Max style bumper for front end collisions. Delicious. This actually is powered by a 2.5 horsepower skill saw. And if you ever operated a skill saw and got it stuck in the wood and had it jerk out of your hand, that is what this is designed to do to move it along the track. I triple packed the blade and dulled it down, and I used a bungee cord suspension on the blade, so it allows it to actually dig and skip along the track until about 40 feet down when it's pretty much going at full tilt.
Terrifying.
Yes.
You also invented a bunch of stuff for Burning Man. I remember you telling me about your shower.
Yeah. For comfort in the desert, I wanted to build something where I could actually take a pressurized shower and actually get myself clean. So I designed this. It is a shower head design built with a brake line. I pierced holes into it to make it into a shower head with an adjustable flow, so to speak. Using a 10-gallon air tank, I actually filled it with water and used a portable compressor to compress the water, let it flow out, and give yourself a nice, refreshing-ish shower.
You made some structures for the event too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the specific environment of desert, it's like 120 degrees out there, and I wanted to build something that was for the desert. So I used a reflective mylar bubble wrap and coated a 10 by 6 square structure, so I could just basically live in this reflective box and stay comfortable in the heat. This design worked extremely well against 40-mile-an-hour winds, but not 60, which crunched it incidentally into a beer can. But which led me to my new design, based off a TP, reflective mylar all the same, and actually held up to the winds and made it through last year.
Excellent. So on a daily basis in your job, you are doing a variety of things. You're doing welding, you're working with heavy equipment, and you're doing a lot of different types of cutting. Could you tell me about those things?
Yeah. On the job, I use a lot of MIG, TIG, and stick welding to put the trailers back together. I do repair a lot of collision damage from bent bolsters and bent DOT bumpers, things that have been smashed and other things, welding them back through the cracks, reinforcing them, and sending them back on the road to be hit again.
Nice. What kind of heavy equipment are you operating?
I do Kenworths, Volvos, Max, Peterbilts, Sterlings, pretty much all the biggies. The 18 and 24 speed Eaton and Dana transmissions, operate all of those, as well as 5 and 40 ton forklifts and the good old yard dog that pulls trailers around.
Nice. When you talk about cutting, could you also mention some of your experience with like electrical systems, hydraulic systems, and pneumatic systems? Just kind of throw it all together. So what kind of cutting stuff are you using on a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I use primarily oxyacetylene. I also do plasma and use abrasives and saws to cut through the metal. Basically fab the new parts that I need and cut off the damaged metal. If I can touch it, I can break it.
That's part of the job description, right?
Right, very much so.
In terms of electrical systems and hydraulic and pneumatic, are those things that you're familiar with and work with?
Yes, a truck is itself just a very complicated system of type 1 and 2 relays, magnetic switches, transistors, diodes, a lot of complex systems interacting together, and my job primarily is to also troubleshoot those and wire them up and rewire them and unengineer the last person's design.
Well, We know Discovery Channel is going to get a lot of people. They're going to get a lot of applicants for these positions. What makes you the best applicant?
What I think I can provide is definitely a sense of overkill, kill, kill. I got heavy duty experience, and man, if I can make it fly, sink, float, or run, I can make it do any of those things. As long as it only has to do it once.
Nice. That's a wrap. Let's ship it.
All right.